Clubhouse room.
Awesome, awesome. I'm doing the same.
Hello, hello. Welcome to another edition of Wealth Wednesday. So if you are used to tuning in on YouTube or Facebook, we missed you. We really missed you. So we're back. We came back. Look, I'm gonna put my sunglasses on so I can feel cool for y'all. I missed y'all that much. I dressed up for y'all, okay? So we're glad that you are here. We are also live on Clubhouse tonight as well. So that's where we've been hanging out doing our Wealth Wednesday thing. So we hadn't forgotten about you. We just kind of went on vacation to another place, to the Clubhouse. But we are back with you, and today we are going to cover the 7 steps of building business credit so you can stop using your personal credit and your personal money. But before we start the conversation, we're going to introduce ourselves. So, Miss Kim, if you'll take about a minute or two and tell them who you are and how you got started in this game, and then we'll go from there.
Absolutely. Thank you, Queen. I'm super excited to be back live. I'm also excited to be here on Clubhouse with you, Kings and Queens, tonight. My name is Kimberly Connor with Kim's Credit Leverage, where I teach you how to leverage what you have in order to get what you desire. I've partnered up with an amazing company by the name of Nove, that actually means new beginning. So what we do is one of our main missions, I'll just say one of our main missions is to create 1,800 credit scores in each city and each state. Because with that being said, that's going to bring you $100,000 worth of buying power. We not only specialize in personal credit, we also specialize in business credit, which is why we have such a fast turnaround on helping you to get your personal credit together. Because we don't want you to stay here too long, because we want to get you on to the next level of business credit. That way, it can help to double your buying power. Collectively, we've been able to help businesses obtain millions of dollars in business credit. Me, collectively, I've been able to obtain, within my 2 short years of being with Nove Money, over $2 million collectively with my clients. So I've been able to get them over $2 million in business credit. I know a lot of people are like, Kim, $2 million ain't a lot. But it is if you started with zero, okay? And
It
especially
is.
in less than a year. So I'm super proud to be able to say that we've made those accomplishments. So I just wanted to go ahead and reach more people by the masses. And Mimi the Motivator was like, I know how to do that thing. So I was like, well, sign me up. So I really appreciate you bringing me here tonight, Queen.
Well, I appreciate you. You know that. So, for those of you, or if you are a veteran around here, I am Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator, host of the Get High on Motivation show. I do all types of things. I am the CEO of the Minority Mastermind, and I also own a company called the Feel Rich Group. At the Feel Rich Group, we believe that you are a whole person, and we work on the 4 pillars of health, which are your mind, your body, your spirit, and your finances too. And part of that finances is helping you educate you rather and empower you in the world of credit, so that way you can use other people's money out here and keep your money in your own pocket and do other things with it that you should be doing. So I've been partnered with Nove now for, I'm not sure how long. It's been a while now, and I've definitely been enjoying the opportunity to empower other people to do the same, to be able to get their credit score up, because I had no credit. So I didn't necessarily have bad credit. I had a lack of credit. And working with this company, I have been able to build myself up some credit where I can go out there now and stop using cash, because I used cash for every single thing because of my dad. My dad scared me when it came to credit. My dad used credit on every single thing. He can go get a credit line faster than, I don't know, faster than these girls can go get some new eyelashes on. And so I didn't want to be like that. And I refused to do it. So what I did is I paid cash for everything. I had a Mercedes Benz and I paid cash for it. Every car I've had, except for my very first car, I paid cash for, because I was afraid of this whole credit thing. But I am no longer afraid of credit. Now I realize that it empowers me to use other people's money, OPM. When I was a teenager, I was down with OPP. Now I'm down with OPM, other people's money. So if you're about that other people's money, then you have definitely tuned into the right conversation. Tonight we are talking about how to separate your business credit and your personal credit by establishing business credit. So we're going to take you through the 7 steps. I'll call out the step. Miss Kim is probably going to explain it because she can explain it way better than I can, but I chime in where I can. But we are both here to educate you and empower you on how to make some power moves out here, because you deserve to. You should feel confident walking into any financial institution to get a loan, because you know that you have equipped yourself to do so. So that's what we're here today to do, is to teach you the tools of how to do that in case you don't have the finances or you're not ready to pay somebody else to do it. But if you change your mind, then you definitely let us know. Hit us up wherever you are tuning in for us, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Clubhouse, or LinkedIn. Get with Kim Connor or myself so that way we can get you where you need to go. If not, let's get this conversation started. Let's start with step 1. Step 1 to me is the easiest, but it's the one that people typically miss over, and that's why they're not getting the money that they need. And that is establish your business credibility. Kim, can you tell them how to establish their business credibility?
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Step 1 is pretty much the foundation for building business credit, guys. When we talk about credibility, we talk about getting your business name in order, getting your LLC, your EIN, your business address, and your business phone number. Okay, so we want to make sure that you look credible when you walk into the bank. We don't want you to have a website or a email address that's saying joeblow@gmail.com. We want you to go ahead and make everything congruent across the line so that you look like you are a business and not just somebody that's dipping and dabbing in business. So what we want to do is set you up on step 1 to where you won't get denied when you start applying for business funding and business credit.
Yes.
So, yep, you definitely want to make sure that you invest in yourself when we're talking about domains, websites, not just Gmail accounts. So you want to definitely invest in yourself. Lenders, vendors, banks, financial institutions, they're going to lend to you guys if they know that you're investing in yourself. Because if you're not investing in yourself, why should they? So they want to make sure that, hey, this person paid for a domain, this person paid for a virtual address. So they want to see that you actually have money, because they don't want to lend to people that are desperate, so you don't want to look desperate. So that's where the credibility starts. And I just want to share another thing with you that a lot of people don't know. You definitely want to get your EIN before anything else. Get your EIN, which is, if for those of you who don't know, it's similar to your social security number, but an EIN is registered to your business.
So the thing that I always like to point out in this area is the congruency of your address and the spelling of things. So if you are LLC, if it's comma LLC, make it comma LLC. If it's L period, L period, C period, it has to be that across the board. Whatever your address is. I'm North Academy Boulevard, so I have to make a decision. Am I going to put in Academy Boulevard or North Academy, spelled out completely Boulevard? Because wherever it is, it has to be across the board. So on your EIN, that address needs to be the same. Name and address needs to be the same. On your bank account, that name and address needs to be the same. All of your articles of incorporation, any documents, any legal documents that you have to take to the bank with you, all need to read the same thing. That is congruency. And the second thing that we'd like to encourage you, like she said, invest in yourself. So not only investing in your digital address, but investing in the physical address of having a business address. Now, you don't have to have an actual brick and mortar. There's so many opportunities out there. You can have a virtual address. You can get a private mailbox. And with that private mailbox, you'll have a physical address and it'll say Suite 101. And now you sound professional. And in the case that they wanted to Google you, they won't see your house and what you got in your front yard. They'll see a business front. So let's think about these things, because with this is what builds our credibility. I can't get the word out of my mouth, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. That's what builds it up as a person, because we are looking at building our brand. Our brand is not just what we put out here on social media. Our brand is also what's in black and white to support what we are saying we're doing when we walk into a place and say, hey, let me get that money because I'm ready to go scale up my business. And that's what this conversation is about. So did we cover everything, Miss Kim?
We did. I just want to touch on
Uh-oh,
a
let me see. You're muted somewhere.
Am
Okay,
I
no, okay,
unmuted?
I hear you.
Okay, I just want to touch on something real quick. You guys, the reason that it's really important to get a brick and mortar, don't use your home address or anything like that, is because once you get your business phone number, which is sometimes associated when you make an investment with a virtual address, you do need to register your business with 411 listing. I don't know if y'all remember when we had the big old telephone books or whatever, but 411 listing is still out there. That's how you get a lot of robocalls and stuff like that. But it's once you register your business with 411, you are now established as a business and not just a person with a telephone number. So that's another factor that's going to help you to get approved when you start applying for funding. So I hope that helps.
Yes, so let's move on to step 2. Can you cover step 2 while I get my audio together?
Absolutely. Step 2, guys, after you've gotten your business credibility, you got your EIN number going on, you got your LLC, your business address, business phone number, you're now listed with 411 listing. You're making sure that everything, your address is spelled the same across the board. If it's abbreviated point, you want to make sure it's abbreviated on all of your legal documents. So after you've covered that step 1, it's now time to go to step 2, which is actually establishing your business credit reports. Now that you have a business, you can go ahead and register with nav.com, which is going to help you just start actually building your credit. Just like you have Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion on the personal credit side, on the business credit side, we have Dun & Brad's, we have Business Experian, and Business Equifax. So you definitely want to put that in place before you start applying for credit. So you definitely want to get that all set up. And it's just going to help you to set up accounts with, business credit reporting agencies. So you definitely want to open that field before you start applying for anything. So once we do that step 2, you're pretty much off to the races. If you guys have any questions or any concerns, you can go ahead and drop them in the comments and we'll get back to you. Now, we can help you and walk you through this process step by step, but the main thing to remember is not to miss a step. Because if you miss a step, you're going to have to go back, and sometimes it's costly. If you miss a step and you spelled something wrong on Secretary of State or even, your LLC or whatever, they make you pay for those mistakes, anywhere from $10 to $500 to correct it. So it's very important to correct the things that are free before you start paying money for errors. So step 2 would be to establish your business credit report in your business name with your EIN.
Yes, and for my Clubhouse people, I want to reset the room really quick and let you know that if you have any questions, feel free to drop the questions into the back channel to me, and that way we will get your questions answered. So let's continue with our steps. Are we ready to move on to step 3?
Absolutely. You want to go ahead and
All right.
step 3? Yep.
Step 3 is establish starter business credit accounts. Establish starter business credit accounts. So you can't go after the big dogs immediately. You got to go out there and get you some smaller accounts going first. So that way people know, okay, she's got some credibility. So that might look like getting some office supplies. And don't say that you don't need office supplies, because office supplies includes toilet paper and paper towels, as well as ink and paper. So think about those things so that way you can start building up those credits. So Miss Kim, can you tell them a couple of companies that you can think of right off the bat that they can go to?
Absolutely. The one of my favorites, I am a product of the product. As you guys can see, I do have business credit as well. So I definitely like to be a product of the product. And that way I know I've already walked those steps so I can help you guys with them as well. So one of my favorites is Quill. That's Quill. Quill. And they will help you to, well, I was able to establish 3 different accounts with that one vendor. 3 different accounts with that one vendor. Of course, you order your office supply. I also use it because I have a car rental company as well. There's another one called Uline. Write that down, guys. Uline, and these are very minimum investments. So you know you don't have to pay an arm and a leg. There are some gas cards, but they ask you, like fleet gas cards and stuff like that, but they ask you maybe to pay $500 up front. So what I'm trying to do is keep more money in your pocket. So with Quill, you can buy whatever you want to buy. But we do suggest to purchase at least $50 minimum in order for it to report to your credit reporting agencies. Now, I do want to point out a factor with business credit. They only, you can increase your business credit score by your payments, by making on-time payments. That's the only factor that they're looking at for business credit, is by making your payments on time. Now, with this vendor credit, we're talking about net 20s, net 30s, net 10s. And for those of you who don't understand what that is, of course, you purchase something, a net 20 just means you have to pay it within 20 days. A net 30 means you have to pay it within 30 days. So definitely want to get that out there so they can start reporting to those credit reporting agencies. So I hope that helps, guys.
Yes, thank you so much, Ms. Kim. So let's move on to step 4, which is to monitor your business credit reports. So a lot of people have these monitoring credit services to monitor their personal credit, but we need to be monitoring our business credit as well and watching what's going on there and making sure that the right things are on there and not any flim flam. The same way we pay attention to our personal credit. We want to monitor it also so that way anything that we want to grow, we have to measure. If you don't measure it, how do you even know if it's growing? So we definitely want to make sure that we're doing what we need to do to get that taken care of. So
Absolutely.
how do we monitor our credit reports, Ms. Kim?
Absolutely. Just like I explained a minute ago, once you're registered with NAV, that's going to give you all of the 3 credit bureaus, the business credit bureau, like I said, Experian Credit, Equifax Credit, and also your Duns and Brad. So once you've already purchased a few vendor accounts, right? So you want to make sure that they're reporting and that you're building a healthy credit score. Don't just limit yourself to that one. We do have a program that we give you all the links to the people that you can apply to. You need at least 6 small vendor accounts before we can start going on up to the fleet accounts. So you just want to make sure that you get to a healthy credit score. So that would be nav.com. I'll say that again. That's nav.com. That's how you can monitor those credit reports. And that's also how you establish those business credit reports as well.
Yes, see, this is a little easier than you probably thought it was, guys. It's not that hard. And yes, you can do it yourself. But hey, we're all about, giving you your time back as well. So if you want your time back and want somebody to do that, shameless plug, let us know. Or either click on the link that you see above if you're on Clubhouse. And we'll drop the link for our people who are watching us via YouTube. I see we have Miss Mia Monco just tuned in from YouTube. Hey, darling. And I want to say hello to a few people on Clubhouse and say hello, Erica, Stephanie, Kim, Samaya. Hi, Alexander. And then we got Miss Johnson, Mandy Fresh in the building. So I just want to say hello to all of you all and let you know that if you have any questions, please ask your questions. If there's anything that we need to clarify for you, ask your questions. Do not be afraid. We are here to educate and to empower you. So let's move on to step number 5. She already talked about how you can start getting those big dog accounts where you can walk in anywhere and say, let me get that on credit.
Right.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk
Yep.
about how we can set up those accounts and do that and go
Right.
beyond.
Absolutely. So before we start applying for the big dog accounts, we're talking about like the Sam's Clubs and the Costco's, the Best Buys, the Walmart. Before you start applying for those, you definitely want to have the smaller accounts, the vendor accounts that are under your belt. So, yep, you definitely want to make sure that you have the vendor accounts established before you start applying for the big boy accounts. I know a lot of people that use their EIN, they start applying for the Costco's and the Sam's and they get denied. Why? Because you don't have any business credit established. So don't think because you have an EIN, you're going to get approved. No, they want to see a credit history. And I just want to let you guys know that establishing business credit is a lot easier than establishing personal credit, because the more business credit you get and the more business credit that you use, the more they're going to give you. But the more personal credit that you use and get, the lower your credit score goes and the less they're going to give you. So pretty much business credit opposed to personal credit is like the total opposite. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind. And then you're building business credit from scratch. With personal credit, you might have to clean up some things and knock out some cobwebs. So it's a little harder on your personal credit than it is for business credit.
Yes. So now let's moving on to step 6, because we are not trying to keep you here all night. We're getting close on that time. So here we are. Step 6 is advanced business building accounts. And that's where we help you set up those third and fourth business credit tiers. And so there's levels to this shit, y'all. For lack of better terms, please excuse my language. But it's levels to this. Like she said,
Absolutely.
that's why you're getting denied at certain places, because you're not at that level. And you want to be able to educate yourself and understand the different levels and which companies are on what level, because it's like building blocks. To me, the way I look at it is like building blocks, or you can call it a pyramid or something. So you start with those four baby accounts, and then you move up and get you some bigger accounts, and then you move up and make some bigger accounts, and then after that you can get any account that you desire. Is that right, Miss Kim?
You're absolutely right. I love how you gave me the visualization of that. That sounds amazing. But you're absolutely right. And when you're talking about step 6, you're talking about fleet credit. Now, I'm talking about walking in a car dealership and buying cars under your business name. And not only that, say like you have employees. Each employee gets a card, and you can write these things off under your EIN. Anything that you do under a business entity is a tax write-off. So keep that in mind. You get a car, you get a car, I get a car. And so now we're talking about fleet credit, guys. Big boy credit, like Mimi said.
Yes. Yes. So here is the last and final shmoney step when it comes to building business credit. And that's when you put yourself in a position to do revolving and cash business credit accounts. That's where you're establishing business credit accounts through large banks, credit card companies, and alternative lenders as well, all in your business name, not your personal name. And that puts you in the potential of funding range of millions of dollars.
Millions.
And we are not making this up. My VP of the Minority Mastermind, Neighborhood Cal, he has applied these steps on his own, following these exact steps, and now has about 1.2 million, maybe 1.5 million built
Yep.
in business credit by following these steps. When he followed the steps, I said, okay, then I got to do it too now. It's the proof is in the pudding. You can't
Absolutely.
deny when it's been done. You cannot deny a building that has been built. And he has built $1 million structure that allows us, even as a company, to go and make decisions that we wouldn't have been able to make otherwise. So that's how important this is. This puts you in a position to really play big boy time. It's all about, if you think about the 4 quadrants, for those of you who are familiar with the 4 quadrants, some people start in the employee quadrant, and then they move into the self-employed or small business owner. Then you move into business owner, and then you move into investor. When you get up to step
Yes.
7, at that point, you are obviously at
I
the
never.
eye level. You're at the
Yes.
investor level. You're able to invest in any of your own dreams, any of your family's dreams, your friends' dreams, that you might meet here on Clubhouse. It puts you in that position to make that happen. It's important to be sure that we are establishing and building our business credit while we're also working on our personal credit, because our personal credit is just important. Because some of the first steps in building our business credit, they're going to use your personal credit. So that's a whole nother conversation that we'll have later, or we can have behind closed doors. You let me know, because we are here to make sure that you have the right numbers on paper. We're here to make sure that your credit score reflects your character. Because if you think highly of yourself out here, then you should look the same way in black and white when these companies do their homework on you. Your credit score is your report card. It's your grown up report card. It's the report card that the banks are looking at. So, what's on your report card right now? That's what we want to talk about. That's what our concerns are, is making sure that you're getting straight A's on that report card. So that way you can do whatever it is you please, just like the kid who made all the straight A's in class. You remember they had some extra special things that they could do. The teacher would let them get away with. It was because they made the grade. So now it's
Right.
time
The
to make
teacher
sure that you're
credit.
making the grade in business, in this business world, in this adult world, on your report card, which is your credit score. So I see we have a question on YouTube, which is, what is a vendor account? So Ms. Kim, will you clarify what is a vendor account?
Sure. A vendor account is basically what it sounds like. It's a vendor that will supply your business what it needs. A vendor account, I believe Mimi mentioned that before, where okay, for instance, Walmart uses vendor accounts, uh, Costco uses vendor accounts. They're the people that supply you with the supplies that you need for your company. So does that make sense? Walmart uses business credit. A lot of the big corporations use business credit, guys.
Mhm.
So keep that in mind. So it's the businesses that supply your business with the supplies that it needs. I hope that makes sense.
So yes, she said yes, thank you.
You're
So this
welcome.
is awesome. This has been a great conversation. So I want to check in with our people on Clubhouse to see if you all have any questions. And if you do, like I said, go ahead and raise your hand and come on up if you want, because we have a couple of minutes left before we are going to shut this room down. We're going to have a hard stop at 6:30 Mountain Time. That's 8:30 Eastern Time. But know that we will be back next week at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, just for you, with a whole nother conversation still surrounding how you can be out here making some big girl and big boy moves, because you are kings and queens, you are emperors and empresses, you are future
Absolutely.
billionaires. And how you become that future billionaire is getting the information that billionaires know and that billionaires are practicing. So don't just come here and learn this information, but do your homework, research it, click the link, and find out the information you need so you can empower yourself to go out here and use other people's money to fulfill your dreams. That is my ask. This is Mimi the Motivator.
Absolutely.
I'm dropping the mic.
Yep, Mimi the Motivator did her ask. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys an offer. Mimi and I are partnered up with Nove, as she mentioned. We do have a program that will take you through all 7 of these steps, give you the links, walk you just walk you through every step of the process. They also have an advisory team that's going to be calling you and making sure that you get from step 1 to step 7. Her vice president that I was talking about, well, I won't name any names, but anyway, I was able to help him do that. He's one of the ones that got over $1.2 million worth of business credit simply by using this program. And I was with him one day when he picked up a whole $300,000 business credit card after applying for the big boy stuff. So you could use that business credit card and pay off your personal credit. So now you're working on your personal and your business credit. So I just want to throw that out there to you guys. And if you need help with anything concerning business credit, get at us real quick.
So I see we have Mandy Fresh on stage. Let us know, what is your question? How can we assist you this evening? Okay. So one thing I'm going to encourage you to do is to go to go to YouTube and look up Mimi the Motivator, and this is also being video recorded where you can rewatch this video, and we also have a video playlist where we break each one of the steps down per video per week. So that's one thing. But next, I'm just going to recap the 7 steps before we head on out. So step 1 is establish your business credibility. Step 2 is establish your business credit reports, because it's not the same. The same we have 3 credit bureaus for personal credit. There are 3 bureaus for business credit. Step 3 is establish starter business credit accounts. Those are the baby ones we were talking about, and she named a few companies. So like I said, it will behoove you to go and watch the replay so you can get these exact names and exact places to make this happen, and where you even establish and set up your credit reports for your business. Step 4 is monitor your credit reports, because we have to track and measure if we want something to grow. Step 5 is establish larger credit accounts. Like I mentioned earlier, when it comes to building business credit, to me, it's like a pyramid. You start with a whole bunch of little baby accounts, and then that moves you up a level, or think of it like a video game, whatever resonates with you more. You move up a level, and then you get to build some bigger accounts there, and then you move up a level, which takes you to step 6, which is advanced business building accounts, and those are larger accounts. And then step 7 is the big boy stuff. That is when you are walking into any bank, into any place, and saying, give me that money. So if you are interested in more information, like I said, reach out to us, hit us on the back channel, and I'll send you a link to the videos that you need. If nothing else, click on the link above if you're on Clubhouse, and find out some more information on how you can build your business up, because whatever it is that you're doing out here, more people need to know about it. And sometimes it does require an investment to make that happen. So no, be ready to invest in yourself, how whatever that looks like. And we talked about from the investment of making sure that you have a physical address that's not your home, to having a domain name and your email address being added. But that's all we want to talk about, is whatever it is that we can do to help you put yourself in a position to use other people's money. So Miss Kim,
Yes, I do have an offer as
uh-oh, hold
well.
on. Let's get you unmuted on the Clubhouse. There we go.
Awesome. I do have an offer as well, guys. If you want
Yeah.
my free ebook, just text Mimi or put your say me, I want an ebook. I will email you or messenger you an ebook that's going to walk you and give you a little bit more insight about what business credit really is. So if you would like a copy of my ebook, just give us a shout out and I'll get that to you as soon as possible. Okay.
Yes. And we are going to get out of here. But before we do, there's one thing that we need to do. And that is we need to. So for our Clubhouse people, I'm sorry I was muted. I was talking to a muted microphone. But we want to make sure that if you are in the Colorado Springs area, if you know anyone in the Colorado Springs or Denver area, we are having a wealth expo on Saturday, November 20th from 3:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. We have some powerful speakers. Everyone is coming from a different industry with a different either tool or story to empower you to build wealth, to build your mindset, and to build your credit as well. So make sure that you are tuned in and tapped in if you are in the area. If you know somebody in the area, call and let them know. Say, listen, I met these ladies on Clubhouse, or I seen these ladies on YouTube or Facebook, and they said you need to come to the Wealth Expo. So get more information about that. If you need it, let me know. Reach out. We're here to help. We're here to serve. I am Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator, host of the Get High on Motivation show. But today, this is Wealth Wednesday, where I'm going to let Kim say her tagline, because her tagline defines everything that we are doing this evening. So Kim, take it away and close us out.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Kimberly Connor from Colorado Springs, and I am the CEO of Kim's Credit Leverage, where I teach you how to leverage what you have in order to get what you desire. I love each and every one of you. Have an amazing night.
All right, so we are done with our Clubhouse people. YouTube people, thank you for still tuning in and staying to the end. If you are just tuning into this live, make sure that you go back and watch the replay so you can get all the steps and all the details of those steps.
and nothing else, make sure you have hit the subscribe button and that little bell thing so you know when we are going live next week. You see it wherever it is, you click that button because we're here to help in every way that we possibly can. So we'll be back next week and we hope to see you with us. We love you.
Love it. Peace and blessings.